It was a moment I never imagined experiencing, walking into my own bedroom to find my wife, Elena, entwined with another man. My blood ran cold, my fists clenched, and my heart pounded with the force of betrayal. I wasn't supposed to be home. I had a late-night meeting at the bank, but fate had a different plan. The man, Derek Walsh, stood there, mocking me with that arrogant grin of his. "The cuckold's here to see how a real man treats his wife," he taunted, stretching casually on the bed. That was the final straw. My fist landed on his nose, and the sickening crunch echoed in the room. His smirk faded instantly, but I wasn't finished. I twisted his wrist with a brutal force, and his scream sent a rush of adrenaline through me. Elena screamed, trying to stop me, but it wasn't just about the affair anymore. This was war. Her fear wasn't guilt, it was disgust with what she had done to me. I spat at her feet and walked out, not caring about her cries. I was done with her. I drove through the dark streets of London, every moment replaying in my mind. How many nights had I been away? How long had she been doing this? I parked at a dimly lit pub, poured myself a whiskey, and formulated a plan. This wasn't over. The next morning, I walked into the office as if nothing had changed. But my mind was set on one goal: destroy Derek Walsh. I dug into his life, uncovered his secrets, fraud, insider trading, and a pending deal that, if exposed, would ruin his career. But I wasn't going to stop there. I'd hit Elena where it hurt most, her reputation. I leaked intimate details of her affair, and the rumors spread like wildfire. Within days, her company launched an internal investigation, suspending her. Meanwhile, Derek was still nursing his wounds from our encounter, and I made sure to send an anonymous tip about his illegal dealings. The financial authorities came down hard on him, and within days, his hedge fund collapsed. His empire, built on lies and deceit, crumbled to dust. 2 weeks later, Elena showed up at my flat, tears in her eyes. "Please, Ethan, let's talk," she begged. She had nothing left, no job, no future. But I was done listening. "You did this to yourself," I told her coldly. "I just made sure the world knew." Derek contacted me next, begging for mercy. But I didn't care. "Should have thought of that before you stepped into my house," I told him. He had no idea that I was the one who had orchestrated his downfall. I had a friend, Nathan, in media relations who owed me a favor. With one call, I ensured that the next day's headlines would ruin both of them. Elena became the laughingstock of her industry. Derek's investors pulled out, his licenses were suspended, and he was left with nothing. Neither of them could trace it back to me. Elena came to me again, desperate and broken. She had lost everything: her job, her reputation, and her dignity. But I felt no sympathy. "You didn't care when I was the one hurt, so why should I care now?" I told her. "You made your bed. Now lie in it." She left, tears streaming down her face, and I felt nothing. But I wasn't done with Derek. I arranged for a group of reporters to ambush him in a hotel room for an exclusive interview. His humiliation was broadcasted to the world, and he was exposed for what he was. Months later, I learned Derek had fled the country, bankrupt and broken. Elena was stuck in a dead-end job, and her professional life was over. I felt justice, not pity, because they both deserved everything they had lost. This was closure for me, not just for the pain they caused me, but for all the people who had been deceived and left helpless. I wasn't helpless anymore. I had regained control, and I walked away with no regrets.